lock and load.
So we're rolling into middle of July here, still working on the FJ props project. And let's go inside and see how Gio's progressing. I had drawn that map. Him and I communicated back and forth on the telephone. He reviewed the plan quickly, and then today he's been on it, plumbing up the line set, which is the first important space, to get the lines run in an organized fashion so that they look great and are functional 100%. It's tricky when you get so many things and you really want to put them under a tight space, and that space is really tight. So the first thing you want to do is build some covers for the top of the sump, take everything out, keep the sump clean, protect the sump so you don't break something. That would be a real catastrophe. And then lay it out like he's done with the blue tapes. We got some power outlets up there. We got 2 dose systems here. Here's the vessels for holding the fluids. Gio now wants to move the CO2 tank over to this side, even though we had it on that side. You got 3 drain lines coming down from the main reef tank. Certainly one of them is going to be a full-blown siphon going. The second one we might regulate as well. The third one we won't even regulate. And then the first main pump in the back, which is the DELTEC E-flow pump, is going to split. One's going to go to the left, one's going to go to the right, and those are going to run
To side aquariums.
He's contemplated the UV, so we're going to put the UV. How are we putting that up here again?
Well, we're very limited on space and doing the bypass. We have room behind, so what we're gonna do is this return here, it's gonna go through the wall and then back out to here. I got these 2-inch with reducers of 1.5 inches. So basically, I'll go ahead and make the 2 holes and they'll end up living right about here. So be nice and clean, and you'll still have access to remove the union and service the unit if you need to change the bulb or the cork.
Well, we're going to have to change the bulb, but when we do that, because the little refrigerator is going to be here, we'll have to slide the refrigerator a little bit out every 6 months to change the bulb out.
Correct.
Every time I come in here and Gio's working, there it is. He's taking my tape measure every time. I've gone to the point of labeling my tape measure so Gio doesn't steal it.
Sharing is caring.
So things are running along really smoothly. We're gonna get all the rest of the components out. We're gonna measure this up, measure the refrigerator up, so we get a better idea. I'll look at the map one more time to make sure if we're putting this clear water scrubber up here, we do have room for the 2 DOS systems. Want to make sure that's positively in place, because we still need to put another quad outlet here to plug the EB8 into, because I'm going to have to run power from the wall, because we're not moving this aquarium once it's up against the wall. So we'll probably put whips out and connect to the 2 boxes through the back of the starboard.
We could put some of the drivers on top as well to hide them away, or we could just do what I did for these blocks. I glued them all together, and then I screwed from the top down, and then I countersink the screws as well.
Right, for now.
Those are solid, not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Yeah, and you can see the check valves are in here. These are the 1.25 inch George Fisher Y checks. Those are super important. And are we gonna run this at full throttle, or we're gonna run it at half throttle?
All the time.
Full throttle?
Yes, man, 100%.
I don't know if it can go full throttle.
I run 110, so they better run at 100%. As you see, I ran all 3 of the 1-inch drains that are going to be dropped from the center tank. It's going to come over and drop here into the overflow box, into the sump. This bottom 1-inch is actually the return for this left aquarium. And this here will be the drain for the right aquarium, which is going to be dumped into the fleece filter. We have our 2 returns coming out of this pump over T, cross side to side, and then this return is going to be designated for the center aquarium. We got our flow meter, and I went ahead and went to the back since we have room on the back side of this aquarium compared to some of the other ones. This is the return here going to the UV, and then out of the UV and going to the center of the aquarium, and that's going to be our return for the center aquarium there. UV's mounted. I still got to get some clips, or I got to mount the driver, probably mount the driver up top here. We got the EB8 that's going here for the Apex unit, and then we'll probably have the dose units come over on the side where the fridge is going. So this makes it easy to remove the UV for servicing. Just remove the 2 unions, easy peasy, comes out. You can go ahead and change the bulb, go ahead and change the cork sleeve. I have to replace it or whatever. It's easy to go ahead and lock it back into place. On On this side over here, we'll have power. I went ahead and designated 2 plugs. We're gonna have the 2 dose units. We're gonna get the 1 link to hook those guys up so we don't have to use the power and take up so much room. And we'll be able to have a little more room on this side for the controllers of the MP40s. We got our CO2 on this side, and these are the reservoirs for the dose units. We use these for calcium, alkalinity, and magnesium. The 4th one we typically use for iodine as well.
So the process is going really well. I would expect that by the end of the day, we'll have the DOS systems up, the EB8 up, some more of the plumbing done, the UV mounted up against the wall. And I got to put Gio's fan back on because it's really sweltering. So remember, like, subscribe, and send us your questions. We'll see you next time. That's one big ass fan.